Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my rant on the fan reaction towards Bill Goldberg's victory, beating Brock Lesnar within less than 2 minutes. To be exact, a minute and 25 seconds. That fan reaction at the end of the Survivor Series pay-per-view that I reviewed last night, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It was a pretty decent review. Gave my overall opinion, but this isn't my opinion about the match. I already gave you my opinion about the 1 minute 25 second match. If you haven't checked it out, go ahead and view it. Definitely well worth your time. A lot of good reasons why. But with that being said, I went back, I was at work this morning and I had nothing to do. The phones weren't ringing. And all that, and it was very slow to the Thanksgiving week. So I was just like, alright, fuck it. Why not just go ahead and see how the fan reaction was? Because I didn't really pay attention much to the fan reaction. Because once that match ended, I started doing the review for that pay-per-view, turned off the network, and that was done. I was done with it. Because it was just disgusting to even look at. But when the match ended, I went ahead and I was listening to the fan reaction, the crowd. And they were chanting Goldberg. And they seemed happier than a pig in shit. They sounded just as excited as when Nakamura and Samoa Joe's main event. They were happy about the end result. Now, if you go back and you watch NXT TakeOver, with Samoa Joe and Nakamura being the main event, that was a fucking 4-star classic. This was a fucking travesty of a main event. The Survivor Series main event, traditional Survivor Series match, was 10 times better than this 1 minute 25 second piece of shit. And for the audience to cheer for that gives Vince McMahon more reason to say, look what I'm doing. I'm making the right decisions. I'm doing what the crowd wants. What more do you want me to fucking do? You're giving Vince McMahon a reason to say, yes, Vince, you made the right decision. You did what was right for business and right for the WWE audience and entertain them by giving them a sloppy, unfucking creative idea of a match to end a main event pay-per-view such as this one that should have been a 10 to 15 minute match, grueling back and forth. Did I have a problem with Goldberg winning? No. The amount of time it was? Yes, I do. Heavily. It's basically spitting in Undertaker's undefeated streak. And that is what every single person in that audience last night at in Toronto for that Survivor Series pay-per-view was doing. They were spitting in the face of The Undertaker. They also were spitting in the face of Brock Lesnar, who has helped, I believe, has helped some young stars, such as Seth Rollins, such as Roman Reigns. If it wasn't for Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania 31 would have been a joke. Triple H could not help Roman Reigns get over as well as Brock Lesnar did at WrestleMania 31. That match between him and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 31 was outstanding. It got you on your feet. It made you think that the WWE was so foolish enough to make people think that Roman Reigns was going to win that match when everyone was totally against it. So what did they do? Had Seth Rollins come in, he gets the 1, 2, 3, boom, shakalaka. There you go. Then you go ahead, you have Goldberg beat him in 1 minute 25 seconds, and the crowd loves it. You guys, the people at Toronto last night, gave Vince McMahon more ammunition to say, look what I am doing. I got a crowd reaction to say, this was awesome. The crowd was into it. They were happier than a pig in shit. They were giving the same reaction towards Samoa Joe and Nakamura's World Championship match on NXT. How dare you guys, dare you, say that that match was worthy of a main event? I'm totally ashamed of the Toronto crowd from last night. They're the dumbest group of people I ever saw in my life. To say, oh, yeah, Goldberg won. Goldberg. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. You guys to say Goldberg, when he beats the man in 1 minute and 25 seconds is a fucking joke. A fucking joke. Please, get the fuck off of everybody's television set. That Toronto crowd is a piece of shit. They might as well be like fucking cheering for Shawn Michaels' screwjob over Bret the Hitman Hart. That was disgusting. You guys cheering for Goldberg to win a match in 1 minute and 25 seconds is a joke. Not to mention, a man came back so his kid could watch him compete in a one-on-one match because his kid never got to see his father wrestle. I have no problem with that. Again, as I said before, I don't have a problem with Goldberg winning the match, as long as it's a back and forth close match and grueling match. That would have been suitable. It wouldn't have been totally destroying Brock Lesnar's momentum. It'd be a small, speed bump, but it's not doing anything to Brock Lesnar's character build-up per se and persona. What they did here was they pretty much took the wall of Brock Lesnar's persona and just dropped it right to the fucking ground. That's all they did here. And quite frankly, I think that's disgusting. I don't think that's very fair to Brock Lesnar. Most of all, The Undertaker. And every other man who got their ass whooped by Brock Lesnar. John Cena being one of them. Randy Orton getting his brains. Randy Orton's another one. Randy Orton and Undertaker got their brains kicked in by this man. Randy Orton ended up fucking bleeding to death in the middle of the ring. I don't know whether it was from a elbow from Brock Lesnar or it was just Randy Orton cutting himself with a blade. I don't know which one it was. But whatever the case may be, Randy Orton bled himself out and was left as a TKO loser. Now, how you can do that? Beyond me, man. I have no fucking idea how you can do that. And that's what we get. Shame on you, Toronto, for cheering this shit. Would I have anything against the Toronto crowd cheering for Goldberg if he would have won in a 10, 15 minute, or even, an 8-minute match against Brock Lesnar in a close, grueling match? Absolutely not. That's something I was expecting going in, and instead they give us 1 minute and 25 seconds. Give me a fucking break. Someone do me a favor and get this shit off my television. Because this was a fucking joke. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to give you my fan reaction. The reaction I had towards the Toronto crowd with Goldberg beating Brock Lesnar in 1 minute and 25 seconds. That's all I have to say on the subject. I absolutely am ashamed of how they could react to something like that. But hey, you know what? People are stupid, and Toronto definitely displayed how stupid and unintelligent they really are when it comes to a match like that. Did they get some good quality? Yeah. But was that main event worthy? Absolutely not. And that's what I am completely astonished of, is how that crowd could cheer for either one of those two men in that match. It was a joke. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hit the thumbs up if you liked the video. Leave your comments and opinions down below. And hit that subscribe button. And I thank you very much for watching. Have a great night, guys. And guess what? No Raw review ever again until they can actually become fucking Monday Night Raw. Until then, I'll see you for SmackDown's review tomorrow. And have a great night.